So should more and more young people be going out and buying gold then as their retirement plan?
No, I save gold. I don't save dollars. I borrow dollars. I'm completely fucked up. I'm a capitalist. That's why you want to listen to Dave Ramsey, who's a good friend of mine. Live debt free. I go, why are my friends all billionaires and they're deeply in debt? Think about that. But you got to be very smart to borrow $1 billion.
I think a lot of young people would disagree. Young people who are drowning in student loan debt, who are trying to...
Because they're stupid and get in debt. No, I'm not saying it's the college. You've been set up. Student loan debt is the worst. I wouldn't touch that crap like I wouldn't touch a 401k. Now, if you don't know the difference between a piece of dog shit and a 401k or a student loan, that's your problem.
So the best cash flow, I mean, would you agree, is real estate?
No, I don't even need real estate. I use debt. I'm just looking for an excuse for somebody to give me a loan.
So you go out and borrow money, but then do what with it? I mean, what are you buying?
I have to create money from the money. Look, when I found this gold mine in China, they gave it to me for free because it was just the transition when they were shifting to capitalism and any communist project that wasn't making money. So we were shopping in China. Everything was on sale. This is 1989 when the communist Berlin Wall fell and all that stuff was falling. So we found this gold mine in Dalian, China. They said, all you have to do is take it public, raise the capital. So we took it public on the Toronto Stock Exchange, the TSE. We did all the assays, we did all the hard work, and today they're SPACs. IPOs are different than SPACs. Mm-hmm. It's all this goofy stuff going on today, which makes it you got to be twice as smart as a young person today. So we raised $27 million on the Toronto Stock Exchange. We found gold, and the Chinese said, "Thank you very much."
They took it away from you?
Yes.
Did you get anything back?
Of course not. I don't trust Chinese governments. I've been screwed so many times by the Chinese, People say you're racist. I said, yeah, against Chinese. No, I'm only kidding. It's not the Chinese people, it's the government, if you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. Just like in this company, I've hired 5 sets of crooks to run this company.
Wow.
They're my business partners. They stole left and right from my wife and I. They're American white guys and women. Wow. And I see them on the Republican parties today. I see them on town. They cost me $30 million to get rid of them because they're just stealing left and right. They're not smart people. You know that accountants and attorneys are not creative. Einstein over there, you got a picture of Einstein. Mm-hmm. Imagination is more important than knowledge. They have knowledge. They have no imagination. They've never taken a company public. They've never taken something and turned it in, taken nothing and turned it into something.
I think that goes back to the school system.
Yes,
right?
they can't think. They have memorized right answers and regurgitate.
So if someone has a kid, do you homeschool them or do you keep them in school? Or how?
I don't know. I don't give advice. I just tell you what I did. I had a rich dad and a poor dad. I went to a rich white school.
This became a rich dad for a lot of people.
Yeah,
the book.
And I think that's the happiest thing about my life right now. Because I have so many young people come up to me and say, it's like my father gave me your book. And that's the joy, that's spiritual. I go, thank you. It's now number 20 in Amazon. It's 25 years old.
Wow. How does that feel, inspiring so many millions of people?
It touches my heart, And so that's why I'm accused of being a racist and all this stuff. I go, well, you don't know me, so say what you like. But that's what I'm saying. Postmodernist education is opinion and emotion. Critical race theory, Black Lives Matter, cancel culture. It's not education anymore. It never was anyway. 1930, the Frankfurt School moved from Berlin to New York City to Columbia University, teaches women's college. 1930. They don't teach you that in teacher school.
Where can someone go to learn? Do you have any books you can recommend?
Well, it's all over. I just study. I didn't do well in school, but I do study. But I don't study that garbage they teach me to study.
I know you've talked about The Creature from Jekyll Island.
Yeah, by
that book
Jedward
really
Griffin.
opened my eyes, at least, to the Federal Reserve Bank and and how that worked? Is there any other places, kind of resources someone can go to
No,
learn?
you just be skeptical. Like, you know why I flunked out of high school? It's because no, I flunked out of sophomore year, 15. The teacher, they were studying Columbus, and I'm an expert on Columbus because I went to go to the Merchant Marine Academy. I wanted to be a ship's. I built boats. I'm a naval architect. You know, I understand that stuff. So the teacher said, "What was Columbus's flagship? Do you know which one it was? The Pinta, the Nina, and the Santa Maria, right? Which was the flagship?
I don't know.
It depended upon the voyage. See, the Pinta, the Nina, and the Santa Maria burned. So the Pinta took over flagship going back.
Wow.
And so when I wrote that answer, I got an F. And I took that teacher to fucking court, man. I just said, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you give me an F? Now, my father was head of education for the state of Hawaii. He fired him. He says, let my son think. School teachers are not very smart people. They wouldn't be school teachers. They're good people, but they're not. They have to go by the teacher's manual. They're employees. They all belong to a Marxist organization called the NEA, National Education Association. And you know what Marx said, right? Workers of the world unite. Labor unions. The most powerful labor union in America today is the NEA. Forbes called them the National Extortion Association. That's why during this COVID thing, you couldn't send your kid to school. The unions control everything.
Wow.
I'm not against unions, I'm against ignorance.
Just like how you're not against education, it's just...
What kind of education? Who are your teachers?
Yeah. I mean, one of the things that we talk about on our channel is that education is the backbone to success. But the question is, where do you get that education? You know, for me, school was awesome. I loved school. I wasn't studying the best in class, but I had a great time. I had so much fun in school, and I learned so much. And that's where I started my first real business. That's where I started investing in real estate. But I think it's just we get caught up in a bubble and within ourselves. You know, we don't know how to start absorbing content that is contradictory to us. And I think part of this might have to go to social media, because the way social media is designed, it pulls you into a rabbit hole. Once Facebook or Instagram or whatever, they see that you start liking something, they show you more and more and more and more of that, where anytime you see something different, you get angry. And I think that, you know, you talk about...
That's very, very astute. Anything that contradicts you, you should listen to. Because it's hitting some value system or culture inside of you. That's why I said on 9/11, when I was in Istanbul, I realized I didn't know. We were taught that Muslims were infidels. They're good people. But I was a radicalized Marine, and they're radicalized, they're radicalized Islams too. We're all extremes. And I learned a lot that day speaking to them.
And it creates fear.
Huh?
It creates fear. People get scared
Correct.
of what they don't know. I mean, I'll tell you, if I walk on a plane, you'll see people, even on the way to, come and fly in here to do this interview, people just kind of move in. And it's like,
Well, that's why I tell you, I give you credit, man, wearing that outfit. You don't find me walking around in a kimono.
Yeah, but fear is a way people can control people.
Yes, exactly. A pandemic of fear, that's all it is. So I'm speaking to you today, not because I want to cover my ass, but because that's what we're taught to do at military school. I didn't go to Snowflake University. I wasn't taught, there's trigger events, you hurt my feelings. Oh, fuck you. Get your feelings right. That's why I give you credit. You wear that outfit of yours. I give you so much freaking credit because I don't have that courage, man.
Also to represent a legacy. I mean, I know the struggle my grandparents.
It's your culture.
My grandparents almost fought for their lives.
Yes.
When the government lied to them.
Yes.
My parents almost lost their lives when our home state was bombed in the 80s.
Yes.
And then my dad came to this country with nothing, worked his butt off, got fired because of the way he looked.
Yes.
And so it's to represent where you come from, and then just having that knowledge, and then but it also gives you a driving force. I'm not just fighting for me, I'm fighting for the whole culture. If you enjoyed this short clip from my longer videos, here's another clip that I think you'll love. And while you're at it, if you're interested in learning more about how to start generating passive income, our team put together an amazing guide that goes over what passive income is, how to start generating passive income, and different passive income strategies. These are things that you can start doing even if you don't have a lot of money. So if you want to read this free guide on how to start generating passive income for free, all you got to do is click that button right over there. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep hustling.